This week on Foods with Flavor, we're making cheesesteak, and not Philly cheesesteak. This week we're making a cheesesteak that is much, much better than Philly cheesesteak. So the cheesesteak is really popular here in Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I'm not the biggest fan of the Philly cheesesteak. So I'm going to show you my version, which is a much better version. It's going to piss all the people off in Philadelphia, but hey, better is better. So we have a thick cut ribeye steak here, and I'm actually cutting it in half because I'm just making this for myself, but you could easily do this for yourself. Got a pan. I'm going to coat this in olive oil, and I'm doing a reverse sear. So I'm going to cook this in an oven for about 40 to 45 minutes at 250 degrees. Alright, so this is my version of the Philly cheesesteak. What we have here is a ribeye steak. So we have a ribeye steak here. I'm doing a reverse sear. So I've cooked this in the oven at 250 degrees for about 45 minutes to bring up the heat in the meat. Then I've let it sit. I've seasoned the meat, right? I'm heating up a pan. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. And I've got some butter here. I'm gonna add some of this butter. It might flame up. All right, so we're gonna move that. I've got a little bit of garlic, and we're just gonna add just a teeny bit of garlic here to this pan. All right, so we're gonna take this pan. It's already cooked through the meat. We've kind of got it to the temperature we want. We're just gonna sear the juices and the proteins on the outside. So we're gonna put this here on this, and we're just gonna let that cook, right? So make sure when you put a steak, obviously, you move it around a little bit at first so it doesn't stick. So we've got this steak cooking. What we're going to do here with this cheesesteak is we're going to take this ribeye, and I'm only using a half because I'm just cooking this for myself. So we're going to cook this, we're going to slice it up, we're going to put it on some good bread. I've got some onions and green peppers and a little garlic. We've got some fresh marinara inside. We're going to dish this up. It's absolutely fabulous. Alright, so you guys can see, I'll just kind of bring this up. It's not done yet. So we're just searing that side right there. That's our only goal. We're just kind of searing, keeping the juices. Then we're going to let this meat rest for about 15 minutes after we're done cooking it, and then we'll slice it up and dish it on the bread. So I've had this cooking for a while. I'm just going to flip this over. That's looking good. Alright, so we're pretty good. Got this cooked on this side. I'm just going to flip this over for a second. I'm actually going to turn the heat off to cook these onions and garlic and vegetables because I don't want to burn it. The cast iron will retain heat for a long time. So we're good. We've got the same pan that I was cooking the steak in before. Just go ahead and clean that out after you remove it, just in case, because it's not fully cooked at that point. So we're looking good. So you can tell that's pretty good firmness. That's about right where I want it. So I'm going to place this steak in here. Alright, so I've got some onions, garlic, and green pepper. We're just going to stick it in this, on this pan. This fires out. We're done with this, and we're just going to slightly saute that. We've got this good. It's getting a little char on it. That's really from the steak. That's not from overcooking it or the heat. And I'm just going to place all this in that. Alright, so hold on. We're going to go inside and we're going to finish this up. Alright, so I have a garlic ciabatta here. I've cut it in half, and I'm adding the green pepper and onions. There's no real order you have to do this. So this is the ribeye. It's cooked about medium. It could have been a little bit more rare. Obviously I need to sharpen my knife, but I'm just slicing that up, and then we're going to taste that sliced ribeye, and as much or as little as you want, just go ahead and stack it on this fresh bread. And I've toasted this. It's warm. And after you've got that meat placed on there, we're going to come in with some fresh provolone cheese and then some fresh mozzarella cheese. You can really use any cheeses you want. It's up to you. That's just what I use, provolone and mozzarella. So I've stuck that in a broiler and I've melted the cheese, and then I'm adding a fresh marinara. This is basically something I made real quick. I have a recipe. I've made this before, so I'll link to that video. So there's the top of the fresh ciabatta, and that's it. So this is my version of the Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I find it to be far superior. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on social media, and click on the link below to see a recommended video.